Well, hopefully in a fun way. Just a couple hours until we kick off our weekend. And then everybody else gets to pick their hours. Because on Fridays, anything goes. I feel like people just start their weekends at 11 a.m. I'm going to go to lunch and not come back.
I can't
Others
figure it out.
It's 1 o'clock. Day's done for me.
The traffic is so bad every second of the day.
I don't know who's staying till legit choir boy.
If you have to.
I have to leave at 5, so I'm going to stay.
If you don't leave by
5.
4, you might as well just stay till 5 because you're going to get home at the same time.
Well, we no longer
7.
live in a 9-to-5 society, but I was going to tell y'all, I mean, I have an appointment this morning, and I know I'll probably get out around noon, and I know I'm going to go down 610 by the Galleria. That will be bumper to bumper at noon.
Well, I call it the
Bumper to
belly of the
bumper.
beast now.
always-
Somebody called it that, and I like that phrase. 610 between I-10 and 59 is the belly of the beast.
It's a joke.
It doesn't matter what time it is. You will see red lights ahead of you on either side when you're on that stretch of 610. It's just the nature of a big city.
Because
I don't
people
know.
don't know. You got a bunch of noobs in there, and then you got the regular people like us that I know I'm trying to get on 59 to swing around towards Greenway. And these people don't know, do I get in the far right to do that? Or do I go in the middle? Do I go to the left, which takes you straight
And that's
through
what's
Bel Air?
backing it up to I-10.
Yeah, because it's that one little area. That's where everyone stops. They don't know where to go, and then people are trying to cut over.
Well, let me tell you this, Eric. The other
a
day I was
crap
on 59 South from downtown. I have not
Oh, I know where
exited
you're going.
Chimney. You do your no? Go ahead. Tell
Oh,
me.
no. Go ahead.
I have not exited Chimney Rock in a long time because I haven't had to from that angle. I'm usually exiting West Park or Kirby. And I was like, oh, look at that. There's a whole new lane. It's okay. I'll just ride this way, what I know, and I'll go extra, whatever. guess I should be over there. Or for a long time, West Park Tollway. Yeah, but I didn't cause a jam up or tap my brakes.
You think that?
I just kept going, and I was like, oh, look at that. That's over there.
All it takes is
I'll
5
keep going.
people hitting the brakes, and then everyone hits the brakes behind them.
Well, thank God they're not just
I was
accelerating
thinking
into them.
You were going
That'd
to
be a worse
say
problem.
you were going southbound, coming from downtown on 59, southbound on 59, and you had to get on 610. If you're getting on 610 like you're heading north, that's where, when they rebuilt that whole ramp, they only built it with one lane. They had the chance to finally fix that.
They did nothing.
And they did nothing. They duplicated their mistake. So that is the worst place
Or did they make
in
it
Houston.
stronger? Because what we don't know is that civil engineering was like, this thing's about to crumble. It's old.
They might have done that, but I thought they were going to stretch it out and put 2 lanes there.
They had a chance.
Merge, because it's a...
So it's a single lane that goes off to the right where, it gets on 610 north. And that is the worst place in Houston where people don't want to wait their turn and they drive all the way up and try and cut over at the last
If
second.
I was a cop or I worked... If you're listening, you guys want to make money, just put a cop there full time. They'll make millions.
At which
Right
little
there,
spot?
that little
59
corner.
and
'Cause
610.
People, there's a
Can the
solid...
cop hide right there?
It's a single line.
I don't care. Just put him there in a
motorcycle
cop, and he can make at least $1 million.
Because I
I've
would
been in
say-
this city 8 years. I still don't know my highways. This conversation is like, doom,
Okay,
doom,
Ahmad,
doom,
let me give you an example, okay? Say I just left Lakewood Church and I get on
Okay.
59 and I want to go over to the Galleria
Right.
and I want to get on 610.
That's
Oh,
59
that-
South.
That
yes.
That's 59
single
South.
lane,
A car
okay?
right there would rack up. Yes, absolutely.
Because there's always people going over there. There's a solid straight line. That
Yeah,
means
you cut over
you do
last
not
minute.
You do not break that line.
break the line, but people don't
Absolutely.
care.
They
People
don't
do
care.
not care.
So my fiance, Jen and I were in that the other day, and I'm telling you, she had a brilliant idea. Those rubber red posts, you know how they make like a line?
Yep.
Just put that line all the way,
Yeah, make those people go
There.
left, and then they have to do a U-turn down.
and then they can't cut. Problem solved.
If I wanted to go that way and
Do
I
it.
saw that giant tail, I just skip. I just keep going and I go, I'll just
But
take
you're
Chimney
screwed.
Rock down.
It's worse if
Or,
you,
no, I can't take Chimney Rock. I'll take Fountain View
if
down.
you're trying to get to 10. You're going to go all the way to 59, do a U-turn, and try and get back on 59.
No, I won't get back on 59. I'll find side roads. I'm the queen of the side road. I'm like, I cannot.
Side roads in
I
that
am
area.
not sitting in that nightmare. I will figure out another way because that's going to take way too dang long. All right, let's get you caught up on what happened on yesterday's Rule and Rain's Roses. That really does stink because if he's such a sensitive heart who handwrites love letters, he wants to be a publisher on how to cheat on your girlfriend
But he's
for 2
putting
years.
cologne on letters. What is he, like a little boy?
I don't think even little boys know to do that.
Just weird.
Yeah, it is
everybody
weird.
does that. Look, I'm sorry that this is going to be rough for the next few days because there's shock involved in this. You denial. There's all these different emotions you're going to go through. But bottom line is, Jasmine saved you from a world of hurt for as long as you were going to keep on dating him.
Thank you, Jasmine, for that. Hey, I'm here for you, and thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me prove it, on your show.
All right, so Monday morning, 7:20, we'll have an update with Michelle. Y'all, when I was driving home yesterday, I was thinking about the letter with the cologne. I remember a girlfriend when I was in high school, like sending me a letter, but she kissed it with her lipstick on the outside of the envelope.
Oh,
It's like little pair of lips.
I remember in Legally Blonde when Elle Woods gave her resume to the professor and it's pink. Yes, and it's scented. I feel like it stands out more like that.
Yes.
She scented
She
it.
scented her
I
resume.
remember that. I remember that.
when I was
Scented.
when I was moving, I have a big old one of those big old boxes used for camp. What are those called? Those
Trunks,
lockers,
the trunks. Mm-hmm.
and it was full of stuff and lots of notes from my son's mom, which was my high school sweetheart. Back in high school in the 90s, we didn't have cell phones. So she would write notes, and she was a good artist, so she would draw stuff and like write. So like you pass each other in the hall, she'd be like, give me a note. I think she wrote at least 400 notes.
That's sweet.
Wow.
And I think I wrote 6.
Yeah, but you have
I kept them all.
You should let your
forever.
son see that.
I gave them all to him, and I said, give these to your mom. It was like even a booklet, like a notepad.
Wow.
She would, like, when I go on vacation with the family, she would write every day what she was doing. I'm like, she
Like
probably
a
wants
journal.
this.
Like she journaled her life.
Like our code word for doing it was tombstone pizza. 'Cause one time
Tombstone pizza.
we were doing it, and we left the pizza in the oven thing,
Oh,
and it burned. So that was like our code word.
That's
You'd see,
funny.
like she'd make little tombstone pizzas on calendars and stuff.
Oh, my
Things
God.
you do when you're stupid.
You got time for a bagel bite?
Yeah, so because I had it forever. I'm thinking, my wife Nagy's probably like, why would you keep this stuff? I don't want her to think I was keeping this for.
No.
But I'm like, well, we had a son together. It's kind of neat to see that slice of our life.
Yeah.
What it was like back in the early 90s.
Well, if I was your
You could just
ex-wife,
make a book.
I would
I thought I'd make
welcome-
a book out of it.
I think
Yeah, I'd probably welcome
could,
those letters
real
just for
easy.
the sake of what else did I write about that was going on in my life. I mean, maybe she doesn't want to look at the romantic part, obviously, so y'all didn't work out. But it is. I used to write a lot of letters too to friends that were. One of my best friends moved away. Her dad got a job in Georgia, and I was so sad. And so we'd write letters to each other, or she would make me a cassette tape and she would audio file funny things because we always had like funny words and phrases. I don't know where those are now, but
You could
if I
find
could
them.
find those letters, I could tell. It's like a journal in time. Like what else was like what was grinding my gears about my siblings? I may have told her.
That's a time capsule.
It's
for-
kind of funny because once it's out there digitally, I know they say it never goes away.
Yeah.
But little things like that, where are you
That's-
going to dig that up?
that's
Like,
real
let me see
stuff.
my
we don't have the
post.
time to do that in our everyday lives. But I'll
social
tell
media
you
is
when
fake.
It
You know
is.
what I mean, kids can put stuff on there and
Oh,
they
right.
get jealous of each other. They see people putting stuff
I think
on
it's
Snapchat.
It's a good idea what you said about the book. I've used Artifact Uprising is one of those websites where you can order, I
But
scanned
that's
all
for
my
pictures,
photos.
right?
You can put anything in it. You could take a picture of the letter, blow it up, clean it up, and they've got like Photoshop tools in it. Snapfish does it as well. And I've made, I think, about 3 or 4 books. You know, when you do it, Eric and Roula, when your kids go off to college and you're an empty nester, suddenly you'll have free time. And
Only,
then you
only
can
for
do those
when the
things.
last kid goes.
Yeah.
But when you do it, then you'll be sitting there alone. The tears will start flowing. You're
Hopefully
like,
my mate will still be here.
well, I was in a different
Yeah,
boat.
say, you're alone.
I was
single.
I was divorced and single, and no,
I'm
it's like,
hoping my wife.
I thought you said you're maid for a second. I go, what? You're maid?
there's,
And your
there's
maid?
Eric alone with
What's
his
your
maid.
going to do?
I want to stay with my mate. My lady. I don't want to be alone.
Well, today on the Roula and Ryan Show, we continue on with the Taylor toss-up. We'll
mate's
explain
nice,
how
too.
that works in case you're you guys have
Really?
a clean house every day. We always do a segment called Look at Me Now, where somebody told you you're going to fail in life, but you become a triumphant success. And Lady Gaga was reminded of that. I'll share that story with you next in Scoop. Here's your weather for today.
Going to be a really gorgeous day, but it's going to be hot. Sunshine, looks like a high in the mid 90s. Right now, 72 degrees and 613 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Keep your radio right here
Time for your daily scoop. Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
on KRB.
It's brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas, and Taylor Tuesday continues today between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. You get 5 chances to guess the 3 Taylor Swift songs that have been mashed together. And if you do that correctly in order with the right titles in 15 seconds, you're a finalist for the Eras Tour. Coming to Miami, we get you there with the airplane. We put you on a big metal bird, you and a friend, and then we pay for the hotel, and we get you the Eras Tour tickets, and you have a great time.
And on Sunday, really, they send out the
Newsletter.
newsletter that gives you all the times for next week.
If you are a KRBE VIP insider, go to krbe.com to get set up that way on Sunday.
It's like-
You'll find out the exact times for every single day.
'Cause I think I got one on yesterday, and then I know you get one. I know I always see one on Sunday, like what's coming up on KRBE and Roula and Ryan Show and stuff. So check it out.
It's really
Sign
a
up
good
because-
idea to be an insider because it's not just this promotion. It's like we do things throughout the year, and insiders always get those special little perks.
We had a secret Adele concert contest for Vegas.
Never mentioned it on the air.
And then I was like, oh my God, I wish I could win this. But we work here, so we cannot.
And sometimes your chances might be better there
Yeah.
to win stuff.
Because think about it, we're a city of millions of people listening.
And that might be 500 million. I don't know.
When I
don't
meet
know.
somebody that tells me that they played XYZ contest, oh, when y'all did the blah, blah, blah on the web, I'm like, then I know you really are a super fan because you know about a contest even I didn't know about.
I'm like, we have a website? No.
So go to krve.com.
Social media stuff.
Become a VIP insider. All right. So on Mondays, we usually take calls from you. We ask you, hey, did somebody ever, put you down or defeat you, make you feel like you just can't succeed, will never amount to anything? And then look at you now. You are like a CEO of a company, or you started your own business, or you got your college degree when somebody told you you're never going to graduate college. Well, Lady Gaga definitely had a lot of those moments. I know since her career started, since she splashed onto the scene, she's been very vocal about people constantly telling her she's just not good enough, or because she is a fantastic singer. Like vocally, artistically, she's superior. She's amazing. But she had a lot of jealous, mean people in her school. If you were a fan of The Sopranos was that in the late 90s or just the early 2000s?
It ran from, I believe, 98
99,
to 2005.
Yeah.
Maybe
2005,
99.
wow.
98 maybe.
She was an extra in The Sopranos, and she's listed as Stephanie Germanotta, her real name, because she wanted to be an actress. And she's just one of the bad kids where Tony Soprano's son breaks into the school and they're at the pool and they're smoking and drinking and they're throwing all like the school equipment in the pool. And Lady Gaga was like one of the rally girls, like, yeah, and they're like drinking and stuff because she wanted to
probably
be an
went
actress.
to college and bragged about that. Because I'm just saying, I know people can be really mean, but sometimes they might have a reason for it. Like, because I remember in 6th grade, Tina Anderson was in a soup commercial. She went to Chicago, and she was such a little jerk.
She never let anybody forget about
Tina
it.
Anderson
bragging
never let
about-
anybody forget that she was the Campbell
I'm the
soup girl.
Campbell's girl.
Yeah, she was always bragging about this. It's just such a stuck up. It's like, screw you after a
But
while. It's like,
maybe-
you think you're so much better than everybody.
Maybe
Well-
she was insecure.
That's what, maybe she was doing that. Lady
Maybe she
Gaga.
was using, maybe that Tina girl was using that as the in for parties. Like, hey, I was in a TV commercial in Chicago. I don't see Gaga. I don't know how Gaga was in high school, but
I don't know.
this was after she was in high school where she was playing the high school kid. And she has talked openly about how bullied she was for her looks and all that stuff. She was like the singer. Like she would just sing
She's
all the time.
pretty. I mean, what do you mean her looks?
No, her looks, she would get nailed for. Ryan, she did the halftime show here in Houston, and people wouldn't shut up about the tiniest little flesh, just actual flesh on her abdomen that was just showing. That people thought,
pretty girl.
Or her
what is
nose or
going on
something,
there?
they'd say.
Well, somebody had put on Facebook, they had actually started a Facebook page when she was younger. It says, Stephanie Germanotta, you will never be famous.
Well, that's
Oh
just,
my
that's
God.
Like
just
the cyberbullying was extreme, like that early on.
That's really jerky.
Started the Facebook page, Stephanie Germanotta, you'll never be famous.
Hater.
And recently, somebody posted the picture of that page on TikTok, along with the picture of Lady Gaga holding her Academy Award for Best Original Song for Shallow.
Oops.
She could find out who wrote that. Are you famous?
She has Grammys, she has Golden Globe, she has VMA, she has People's Choice Awards. She's got all these things. And she said, she saw it, and she said, some people I went to college with made this way back when. This is why you can't give up when people doubt you or put you down. Got to keep going.
It's interesting because for some people, that is a motivation. Other people, when they're torn down, they spiral and it just depresses them. But like I said, some people, that just lights a fire in them. Like, oh yeah, I'll show you.
Just don't listen to them. You just keep doing your thing.
Speaking of being in Hollywood, Hollyweird, we know that the acting game is very tough. For every movie that we've enjoyed, think of who went to that casting call that didn't get the role. And they became famous themselves, but it's like, I think very famously, it's like John Travolta was trying out for Forrest Gump. It went to Tom Hanks. But can we imagine a John Travolta Forrest Gump? No. But these are all equally famous people that went for different roles.
I'm
Kate
not a
Winslet.
smart man, Jenny. But I know what love is.
I just watched him in a movie called Cash Out.
What's that about?
It's John Travolta and that girl from, oh my God, she was on Melrose Place and Sex and the City. I forget her name. Kristen something.
Oh, Kristen Davis. She played Charlotte on Sex and the City.
And she's like a
and she was a bad girl in Melrose Place.
She's like undercover,
Villain.
and she's like in love with John Travolta. Then she turns on him because she's a cop, FBI.
Oh.
And then it's not bad. It's free. I think it's on. Oh my God, Hulu.
I don't know if that's a good
Quavo
review.
from The
It's not
Migos is in this
bad.
movie.
Is it really?
Yes.
Is it called Cash Out?
Yeah, it's called Cash
And he's
Out.
bald, and because I kind of like it because he's like
He's not wearing his rug anymore.
like his brother gets him. He like sneaks away. He's gone for like 6 months, and then he goes to his brother has a bank heist, and he has to help him out because his brother's a screw up.
What year did this come out?
I think recently.
Oh,
But I just
wow.
thought-
What's it called again? Cash Out?
Cash Out.
With John
Cash
Travolta.
Out, yeah, it came out this year. It has a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh my gosh!
man.
Wow.
Oh, I got one for you.
Wait, hold on.
John
I'm
Travolta's,
telling my
you know-
story.
Oh,
I'm telling
sorry,
my story.
sorry.
So with all this
Digress.
Hollywood stuff, Kate Winslet was, it was Gwyneth Paltrow they wanted for Titanic, but Kate Winslet got it. And I remember when, that's the first time I ever saw Kate Winslet as an actress in anything that I would know her name.
That'd be it.
And all they would talk about is how they went for the thicker girl. They went for the thicker girl.
She's thick?
Why are you shocked? This is Hollywood. If you weigh more than 105 pounds, you're obese. They want you to have some kind of surgery.
That's
Think about it.
insane.
She's what 30 years older, and she's a lot skinnier now.
Right. But back then she had her 22-year-old normal,
Healthy
chubby in your
fudge.
face, all that stuff. So anyway, Kate Winslet has done a lot of roles over the years. She's an Academy Award winner, Golden Globe winner. She's like a super actress. And she is out promoting a film called Lee. She plays famed World War II photographer and journalist Lee Miller. And she was doing an interview with Time magazine. And, anytime a woman who I guess is not 95 pounds does a role where it has to show any kind of flesh or there's like a love scene or something, because in Titanic, Kate Winslet shows her boobs because I want you to paint me Jack like your French girls.
That was kind of odd.
It felt like it was just
It was, like, gratuitous.
forced into it. It was gratuitous. It was.
She says that, she just needs press to stop telling actresses, wow, that's really brave that you got naked on screen and showed your real self. That's really brave. Because, if you watched Bridgerton, the woman who plays Penelope, she's a thicker girl. And they're like, oh, my God, Penelope.
She's taking it because she was thicker. That's why she thinks.
Well, you're just so brave to show your real self. Like, you have roles and you showed them. She goes, please stop saying that. She goes, that's not blanking brave. I'm not fighting for justice somewhere. I'm not in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
I'm doing a job that matters to me. Please stop telling women that we're brave for doing roles without makeup on and for doing roles that's showing our actual bodies so that other women know that this is what your body's actually supposed to look like.
2024, it is brave because nobody can do photos on social media without making themselves all look good.
Filtered and
Yeah,
all
everybody
that.
filters everything. And I read an article recently that this generation, Gen Z, doesn't really want the nudity in their movies.
Nope.
Like, and I'm on their side.
Ahmad's like, what the
Overall.
hell?
As long as
I mean-
it makes sense, like Challengers with Zendaya.
Yeah.
There wasn't much nudity. It was like hidden behind sheer. It's
Yeah.
like,
But when it's
the
forced in-
excitement when it's what you don't see.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was. She also, when Kate Winslet also told Harper's Bazaar earlier this year that a crew member on the set of this movie implied she should hide her belly rolls on camera during the filming of a scene where she wore a bathing suit, and she shut that ish down.
Maybe she was trying to help her.
No, she said there's a bit where Lee is sitting on a bench in a bikini, and one of the crew members came up, takes, and said, "You might want to sit up straighter."
Ooh, that's pretty ballsy for
and she
crew.
goes, "So you can't see my belly rolls? Not on your life. It's deliberate, Then she has to say in the same interview if she minds looking less than perfect on screen. She goes, "No, I take pride in it because it's my life on my face. That's what matters. It wouldn't occur to me to cover that up."
I was thinking of that actress and that Perfect Wife, or what was it, Perfect Couple?
Yeah.
The cop.
Yeah.
Was she FBI or was she just?
She's
a cop?
like the agent, like the special agent. If you
From
watch The
Boston.
Perfect Couple, it's a murder mystery. So the cop that comes in to Nantucket is
She's not wearing
not
makeup.
wearing makeup, and her hair's not done up. She's
for
like
her,
an
you know.
average cop. It's like, listen, I'm not here to make friends with rich people. I'm here to find out what happened to this girl.
It's like her first big role that we probably have never seen this lady in our life. And
Yeah,
that's
because I had
the
to
first
look
time
up
we
the
see her.
cast of this Perfect Couple. I had to look up the cast besides Liev Schreiber, and I didn't realize it was Dakota Fanning until episode 3.
You're kidding me. You didn't know that was Dakota.
No.
She looks the same.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to her enough because everything else is so like, look at over here, look at over here.
She
Look
wasn't
at,
like
and
a
I was
main character.
Who is this
She
witch?
wasn't like the first.
I go, oh my God, that's Dakota Fanning.
They're all so terrible, the characters on that. They're all socially
I
no
think-
value.
I think that show
That's good.
puts together exactly what we don't realize is real. I think there's real people that live like that.
Remind me of the family from Revenge.
For those people who've never
Show
seen
I
it or
used to
don't know what we're
watch.
talking about, Perfect Couple is about an uber wealthy family on the East Coast that they're so rich.
So douchey.
As their event coordinator says, they're stupid rich. Like, I'm bored. I'm going to buy a monkey rich.
And there's so many people my wife would tell me they're like that are these
Out of
kids
touch?
grow up that way and they're in drugs. They get kicked out of like
Entitled.
Kincaid. They get kicked out of that school and they have to go to another school.
But they know there's
and
a safety
can't-
net.
Yeah, they try and go other places.
Perfect
The parents'
example.
Money will donate some building to a place to get them in. And
Actually,
kids
here's a
just
good
don't
point,
know.
Eric.
Like they're just entitled
Losers.
little kids. When there is no strife in life, that's what you end up with.
Well, we usually do Open Phone Fridays next, and you are welcome to call at 833-390-KRBE. But I'm curious if at this time of the morning, is there anyone listening who was raised in an uber wealthy family, but you don't have that wealth anymore, and that's why you're up at this time because you got to go to work.
You're working. Or maybe you're working out.
Because if you had an uber wealthy family, you're not waking up before like 8 o'clock.
You could be up right now going to the Houstonian.
Are you uber wealthy and you're just awake right now because you're going to go exercise? I'm just curious. We're not going to get one phone call, but we'll try. 833-390-KRBE. Other than that, you can call us for Open Phone Friday next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
104.1. Back to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Well, that proves that the uber rich are asleep or not listening to the Roula and Ryan Show because not a one person that we said, if you're uber wealthy and the only reason you're awake right now is because you're exercising, give us a call. Ain't nobody calling.
They're probably eating caviar.
Years ago, there was a man
For
named
breakfast.
Paul. Yeah, caviar for breakfast. Years ago, there was a man named Paul, and I'll never forget him because I can't remember how the conversation came up. Maybe we said anyone listening who has, lives in a house that has more than like 5 bathrooms or something. I don't know what the question
I
was.
remember him, yeah.
Yeah, who lives in River Oaks on the Boulevard, or anybody listening who lives somewhere in those giant houses. And he said he was born and raised in an 11,000 square foot house.
Wow.
That had how many bathrooms, he said? God.
Crazy.
But he was just saying how, that's just how he was raised. It was normal to have that giant estate and the giant house and the staff and all that. And now he's just an adult.
So we did
'Cause
text,
remember,
though.
It's not their money. It's the kids.
I'm not uber wealthy, but I'm awake, so I can go work out before work.
Good
That's
for
a
you.
smart
God
move.
bless you people that could do
You're a
that
special
before
person.
Yeah. Well, it jumpstarts a lot of people's days. That's the thing I love about Houston. I mean, just such a melting pot, such a mixture of different types of people.
Well, let me tell you something before you get into that, because a melting pot doesn't, I don't care how melted we are, if you're motivated to get out of bed at 4 in the morning to go run, hey, you're a special person because I cannot. That means you really love your body.
If anyone sees me running at 5 a.m, that means call the cops.
Something's chasing you.
Yep.
Another public
Somebody's
service
phone
announcement for you
'Cause I'm not running.
on 2 accounts, because I was on the phone. I had to actually call Eric the other day because there's a woman on my commute in the window when I drive who consistently runs with no reflections. Right? Eric's like, you should pull over and say something to her. I go, she's going to think I'm going to murder her.
Well, it's dangerous.
She runs with
Save her
no
life.
reflectors at all. And she is on a dark curve and she's on the street lane. She is not on a sidewalk. And when you take this curve, if you are going too fast and you're in the right lane, she's dead. So she has conditioned me to be in the left lane and not go anywhere
And then you're
over
going to
the
get hit
speed
by
limit.
somebody because you're on the other lane.
Yes,
And
and
we
today I saw the
lost
pack
somebody.
of bikers who have the headlights now. Thank God they have the headlights, but the pack of cyclists that are like a pack.
Wolfpack.
8 of them or 10 of them. But yes, to your point, Ryan, Alan was our first stunt guy on the Roula and Ryan Show, and he was killed running in the morning because he was training for the Ironman. He was super healthy. He was a swim coach. Everyone loved him in his community.
Great guy.
He was just wearing running shorts. He didn't even have ID on him. He couldn't be identified until like in the afternoon because unfortunately somebody hit him and that person's life was destroyed because they hit somebody and killed them, and
Yeah,
then
you're never gonna be the
his
same.
family's life was destroyed because he was killed by a car on his morning run.
Didn't you run into somebody last week, Ryan?
I did,
Not running.
Not like that. No.
no.
Where are we going with
At a
that?
running event or at your was that your event you hosted, or was
Well,
just
no,
a-
it wasn't that. I ran into a lot of people when we did the prostate zero cancer free run. I want to say thank you to everybody who came out because I met some incredible people. Some people were just beginning the journey, and I got to talk to them and say, "Hey, look, this is what's in store." This is just my perspective, my journey. Everybody's journey is their own.
That's true.
Met a lot of people. But the next day, I got to give credit. My fiance has really got me out of my comfort zone. So I was shut in for a long time. Just didn't go out and do much. Jen has changed my life. We get out, we do things. We go to Astros games. We just decided to do a staycation.
You can't be a recluse anymore. Let's go
No,
somewhere.
but I love
you
it
moved
because
into her place, so you're actually closer to things to do.
All the action.
I am. And we get out and about. We did a staycation. We went to the Woodlands Resort. You know that resort out
Yeah, I've
there
been
where
there.
they
I've
got
stayed
the
there.
kids slides
Yep.
and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I haven't been out there since when Faith was 6 years old. And I ran into some people. We got a cabana, and the cabana next to me, a gentleman came up and his name was Xavier. And I am so glad, we were meant to be there because he was an uber fan of the show. And he told me a story that just I was not having a great day, is maybe feeling a little down on myself, and just made me feel so good. He loves the show. So his wife, her name was Karina, and he said, look, my wife was the real fan of this show. She listened to it all the time, and I was like, I'm not going to listen to that. And he unfortunately had to take her to chemotherapy every day, and they went to treatments, and as the cancer progressed, they got to the point where they couldn't listen in the morning. They would listen to the podcast. And that was their ritual. That was their routine. Every night they'd listen to the Roula and Ryan show, their podcast.
That's cool.
And
That's nice.
How they got to know each and every member of the show, Roula and Eric and Kevin and Sam and Ahmad, and how it changed their lives. It was just something they bonded over. And 2 years ago, she lost her battle with cancer. They have 3 girls, and he was
How old was girls with him?
They weren't with them that day we were there. But a lot of people were there. They were having a family event, or not a family, a work event. And his presence, just running into him, changed my life. If you ever think that you don't have an impact on somebody's life, and I'm not talking about just us, I'm talking about anybody, just your presence sometimes can make such a difference. So he tells me that, I still listen to you guys religiously. It makes me feel as if I'm sitting by her side still, listening with her.
That's like AJ that we had in our studio who listened to his mom every day, and she died of cancer. And he was up here because that was the common thread.
To talk about.
And it makes her still be in his life. Like he imagines her sitting next to him, listening to this show. But it just made me think that, there are so many people out there that listen. Sometimes we had a caller. He's like, oh, my life is worth nothing. I don't make an impact. You do. You can walk into a room and just a few little words you said, you could change somebody's day.
And you can impact, like my friend Mike Mercado. He, a couple days ago, he just texted me, just, hey, man, thinking of you. Love you. Have a great week.
It's so easy to do that.
And think about it, we can all text. Our phones are always by our sides.
Yeah, right.
We're all quick to go ahead and write something negative or to troll somebody, but my God, it's so easy to just say something nice to
once
somebody.
a day, everyone should do that. Like, just pick somebody every day. Maybe somebody you've talked to in 6 months, a year. Because I know people call me when they need help in a radio job or something,
Yeah, they only come out of the woodwork when they need something.
And I see the trades. I know they've been let go. Then they call, Eric, hey, what's up, man? Just want to see how it's going. I'm like, okay, 5, 4, 3.
Or,
do you know any
can you help
jobs?
me out?
It's like,
Or,
where were
Eric,
you 2 months ago? You never asked how I was doing, or
There's an entire
Networking.
percentage of Houstonians who only get hit up right around like the 3rd week of February if they have access to a tent at the cook-off.
Oh yeah.
Hey, how are you doing? I haven't talked to you in so long.
We should get together.
You guys still part of that committee that has that tent for the cook-off? You think you can give me some passes to get in there?
Yeah, then you become jaded. You're like,
I mean, you should always keep up with people.
February fair weather.
You really
friends.
shouldn't do it just because, I better talk to them throughout the year so when I need something, I can ask them. That's not a good thing either. I think you should just, if somebody's
your friend,
important
talk
to
to
you,
him, because when you talk to him and you ask him for something, then you're just
mooch.
Yeah.
But listen, there's people who have reached out to me before and they're like, well, I didn't want to ask you for this question or this favor or your advice on this or tell me where to go with this if I'm looking for a way into something because I haven't talked to you and I don't want you to think I go, no, you're using your resources. If I had questions
That's
about
how I feel,
something
yeah.
with culinary and you're a chef, I'm going to use my resource. Hey, let me call this chef that I don't ask that person that question. I'm in radio. We have access to a lot of things. We bring shows to town. There are artists all over the place coming to Houston. If you have an entertainment question, don't be shy to ask me. It's not like you're saying, hey, I'm sure you're swimming in a bathtub full of free tickets. Can I have some? No, I'm your access and your resume. Use me and see if I can help you put you on the right path.
Call Roula then for Taylor
tickets because we don't get free tickets.
Oh, that crap!
Roula's got Taylor tickets.
That's right. Swimming in a bathtub full of mud.
Okay, so the Texans are inaugurating their 2024 season with their home opener against the Bears at NRG Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Texans, you got to beat the
We're
Bears.
undefeated, baby.
I don't want to hear my family call me up on Monday. Oh,
Taunting.
we kicked your butt.
I don't even know one Bears player, Eric, who's like the
Simone
key
Biles,
token big name.
Caleb, what's his name? Caleb Williams. Is that his name? Caleb. I can never. Caleb Williams is the quarterback, and he's like a rookie. That's all I know.
Caleb Williams.
And then Simone Biles is husband.
Oh, right, because he used
I
to
don't
be
know
a
his name.
Texan.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but
Mr. Biles.
That's so funny. You know the whole controversy with that, right?
doesn't he get mad? Didn't he get mad at?
Like he got
Jonathan
mad
Owens.
because they were like
He's known as Simone's husband.
right. He was like, "But I'm the prize. Everybody should know me." And they were like, "You're
Whatever.
Simone Biles' husband."
Dude, that's just ego.
We know
You're the
him
pro.
because he
You
was a
let go of
Texan
that.
first, and that's how they met. But yes,
They went
now
to the
he's
Packers,
Bears.
and then now he's the Bears.
I should have known that. I should have said the only Bear I know is Jonathan Owens, Simone Biles' husband now.
Was he joking when he said that?
I don't think
Or was
so.
he mad? Like, I mean, Simone Biles is
he
an
wasn't
icon.
mad.
I mean, not mad, but he's young and he's, it's going to hurt his ego.
Yeah.
Listen,
So-
any guy, no matter how much he loves his wife, if he hears it enough that he's Mr. Simone or Mr. Biles, if he hears it 150 times, it probably gets really tiring by the 100th time.
Right.
All right. Yeah. I also am an NFL player, though, by the way.
I've done a few things myself.
I'm like, but it's fine the other way around.
Yeah,
Women can take men's
wouldn't
name.
care.
It's supposed to.
But that's when Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, weren't they hosting the Golden Globes? They were talking about George Clooney's wife. And they go, so it's Amal Al-Muddin's husband. Y'all probably know him from Ocean's 11. Like, instead of saying George Clooney's
That's
wife,
cute.
they called him her husband to introduce him and then people are laughing like,
That's
yeah.
cute.
They do that a lot. Like J.J. Watt's wife did this. It's like, no, just say her name.
Well, people can't say her name. That's why they say that.
Rula's right. They can't say her name.
What's her
so-
name?
Her name was Katie or
yeah.
Carissa. They'd say, Carissa Watt, but it's Kaylee. Oh, hi.
Yeah, I'm not so good on Today
what?
is Friday the 13th. I did not know this. Today is a very big day for people getting tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tattoo
Why is that?
parlors are...
They
Friday?
charge
Oh, Friday 13th.
Yeah, they charge $13 for tattoos.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's why, because it's cheap.
Yeah.
So-
No matter the size?
You pay for what you get
It's
type thing.
usually like the size of like
quarter?
yeah, like a quarter, like nothing huge. You can't get a
Okay.
sleeve for 13.
No, but...
Ahmad, do you have any tattoos? I don't think I've asked you
No,
that.
but I want one so bad. I'm planning.
Where do you
it.
want it at?
Either the thigh or the forearm.
I'll get in your cheek, man. Come on.
Oh,
No.
no, do not do a face
I want a
tattoo.
face tattoo, but I'd have to have $1 million.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
so that you could
there
just
are
be
deals
well off.
Yes.
Not
all
relying on a
over
job.
town. I was reading an article in Cron.com. Third Coast Custom has got amazing deals. Technicolor Tattoo Studio, fine liners in the Heights, Harley Davidson in the Woodlands, Beetlejuice. Those are just a few of the parlors that are offering great deals. I did not know that Friday the 13th was such a big day
There's
for
a place
getting a
called
tattoo.
Beetlejuice.
It's not spelled the same. It's spelled Betelgeuse.
It's
Betelgeuse.
yeah, that's
Betelgeuse.
in the
That's how you
movie.
actually say Beetlejuice. It's
Yeah.
Betelgeuse.
Betelgeuse.
They should do one like Five Below. Like every tattoo's like $5. It's like rookies. People are just starting out.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine how bad?
I've got a badly drawn
It's
tattoo.
like, that
It's all the
art
used
is not
equipment that they
art.
throw out
That
from
is
the
not
Oh no,
art.
that's not sanitary.
But not the used needles, just the
Ew.
used equipment. Like this is like
Gross.
I want a 1990 1970s machine.
Ew.
Oh, you mean like a?
like how on a special
A
K ones.
vintage machine.
Yeah.
Like I like to go on cruises with the big ships,
Mm-hmm.
the big ones. He's going on a cruise with like the one from like 1993 on purpose. It's really small. It fits like 3,000 people.
Because he just likes
He wants to
to.
do,
he's
he wants to
going
go
on to, like,
vintage.
Takes his chances
the
on rust
1970s
in the
love
water.
boat.
Yeah. I'm like, screw that. We're in 2024. I want the best technology.
You want
I
all the
best-
amenities.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Speaking of Special K, because we've got the prank call coming up next on The Roula and Ryan Show.